Hi, welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to tell you about how I had an emergency C-section. I had an emergency C-section. So I had something called cord prolapse. Have you heard of that before? If you've heard of that, let me know in the comment section. And please subscribe to my channel. So, during pregnancy, an emergency called cord prolapse can occur. It's the condition where the cord comes out before the baby, and this would require an emergency CS to save the life of the baby. When it happens, don't sit down, don't stand up, lie down, and make sure you put the cord back into the vagina. Just get to the hospital as soon as possible in this position. Do not stand up, do not sit down. Get to the hospital. So this is how it happened. So that fateful day, which was on the 12th of September, by the way, my first son was through vaginal delivery. But the second one, my daughter, was an emergency C-section. So that day, I went for my antenatal. My antenatal was always on a Monday. So that day, before the previous days, I've not really been feeling my cheeks, but I do feel it, but they're not as frequent. So when I got there, I just told, was there any complaint? No. I just told the consultant that I wasn't really feeling the kids as much. So the doctor told me that they will have to run a test. In fact, that I should make a call and tell my husband or whoever that is coming to bring my bag over that they were going to deliver me today. So what will happen is that I'm going to have a test, and then they will make sure that everything was good. Then if everything is good, they will induce me. If everything is not good, obviously they will have to do a C-section. So just immediately I called my husband. I told him this is what is happening. Then I went for the tests. When I went for the scan, everything was the person to ask me, oh, that the baby is fine, that of course that is moving, everything, the baby is fine, it's kicking. I said, okay, that's good news, that means nothing will happen. Then I did the other tests and everything was also good, but they said they were going to induce me. So they started inducing me, or they did the induction. Unlike my first pregnancy, what happened was that my water broke, but I wasn't feeling any contraction or anything. In fact, my water broke at home, and then I immediately got to the hospital. And then they told me that since I wasn't feeling any contraction, they have to induce me, because when there's no water, there's a problem. So that was how they and that one, immediately they induced me. I started feeling pain. They inserted and they gave me an injection. But this one was a different kind of induction that I don't want to even go to. I wasn't feeling pain. In fact, I was induced by like around 10 p.m. in the morning. I even slept. Meanwhile, my first child, my induction was crazy. It was fire. It was something else. And so in the morning, I wasn't still feeling pain like that. Well, sharp. In the morning, I was like at 2 c.m. By like 10 a.m. or so, I was at 4 c.m. Then they now moved me to the labor room. That was how I was. The contraction was there, but it was mild. It was just coming and going. Small, not really something. And then I got to 6 c.m. Then they told me that I'm going to be, that they will have to rupture my membrane, because since the contraction is not strong, that once they rupture the membrane, that it will become stronger, because I've been in this 6 cm for a long time. So that was how one doctor tried, it didn't happen, it didn't happen. Another one tried. Then that one said, okay, there has to be contraction, that to rupture the membrane, I have to contract. Waiting for contraction, it didn't come. So eventually, doctor now came and was like, we're going to rupture this membrane because it's taking time and you're not really feeling the contraction. That once we rupture it, that I will dilate, just very fast and all. That was how the doctor put his hand in, and he was, going round and trying to rupture the membrane. The other doctors were there. His hand was in there, he was doing his thing. It was a very painful process. Like, I had to hold myself strong. My dear, in another minute, I just heard someone shout, Jesus Christ. I'm like, what? It was like, this woman's cord is out. He just said something along that line. And then he started shouting, get the theater ready, get the theater ready. This woman has to be operated on. Like, what is happening? I was just having a normal labor. What is happening? What is happening? Like, in my mind, they now started explaining that. And okay, while all this was happening, the doctor's hand was still inside my vagina. He said his hand seems to be there. His hand was there, and they were getting ready. They said he now told one of them to check for the heartbeat and be sure that everything was okay. Tears started dripping from my eyes, because how? I was just having a normal labor, and all this, please let nothing happen to my baby. Tears was just flowing, and then the nurses and the doctors were like, don't worry, everything is going to be fine. And then when she put the thing and there was heartbeat, so they told me not to sit down anymore, that I had to stay in a doggy position. Anyway, let me explain what it was. They said I had a cord prolapse. It is when the cord makes an appearance. The cord is not supposed to show, the cord is not supposed to be out. And when that happens, the woman needs to be operated immediately, because that child might die, or you have a stillbirth, or there will just be complications. So the doctor immediately went outside and told my husband that I have to be operated on immediately, or I will lose the baby, or something, it could be worse. So me inside, I was told not to sit down. I was told to stay in a doggy position, because any position you stay might affect the baby. It was I just couldn't believe that everything just changed in a snap of the finger. Like, everything was going normal, and suddenly I'm being rushed to the theater. But that wasn't even my concern. I'm like, let my baby just be fine. Let's just do the needful. Immediately, everything happened within 10 minutes. Like, immediately, I was wheeled into the theater. The last thing I remember was they told me that, they told me to lie on the bed. They told me that they're going to knock me out, that they can't leave me awake, because there was no time for all that procedure. They were going to knock me out. So the last thing I remember was them cleaning me up. Basically, literally, it felt like I died and woke up, because I didn't know what happened. I just knew that at some point It was all a dream. I don't know what happened to me. I was knocked out. I don't know what happened. Is it that sometimes it would be like in a dream, somebody would be saying, "Are you freaking?" Just, I don't like. I think that would even be when I was starting to get myself. I don't know, man. I just know that something happened. I was knocked out and then I woke up. And when I woke up was when they were wheeling me back to the ward, to the recovery ward. And I know I was just asking, where is my son? Where is Leron? Where's Leron? Where's my husband? I was just, I'm not, my eyes weren't even open, but I just, where's my husband? Where's my baby? Where's my baby? So when they wheeled me into the room, that I started saying, where's my baby? I hope my baby's fine. I could only hear my mother's voice. My mom was saying, yes, she's fine. Because they didn't bring the baby in at that point, you know. Don't, baby's fine. He kept asking, where's Leron? Where's Leron? I hope Leron is. I was just asking about my first son. So just had to ask, where's my baby girl? Where's my baby? Is she okay? What happened? Until I now saw her. When I saw her, that was when I now actually just calmed down. I was just, I was still, the drugs were still in my body, but I was just like, what happened? What happened? I don't know. When I eventually got myself in the morning, like, what really happened? What really happened? My mom was like, don't bother about what happened. You're okay, your baby's okay. It doesn't matter. That's what really matters. Yeah. So that was how I know that I had a cord prolapse. Or sorry, that's how I know I had emergency CS. The next day I was okay. I started just dealing with, they cleaned us up and all that. They cleaned us up and, they were just taking care of us. That was it. I didn't really even understand because in my head I just kept asking, what happened? Until when they were doing, they do these teachings for other students, and then the senior doctor was teaching them about cord prolapse, that it rarely happens, that when it happens, you have to do this, to do that. Me, I was just learning. I was just like, okay, this is really a life-threatening situation I had. Thank God that I was at the right hospital and they had an emergency theater. When I was in the ward, other women, my neighbor, Mrs. Linda, started gisting me, and the other lady, I can't remember her name now, they were telling me how I was in pain. That they literally, because they had an elective CS, so they were awake. But me, I was not awake, but I was really like in pain. My eyes was not open. Wait. See, my eyes was not open, but I was just breathing in pain, and they even left themselves and they were praying for me because I was like, it was as if I was even going. So that was it. That was how I had an emergency CS. I'm thankful today that I have my beautiful baby in my arms. Very unique, strong girl. Her name is Brida, and Brida means a strong woman, a woman of strength, an exalted one. She's a really strong baby. Thank you. Please subscribe to my channel and Like my pages on TikTok and Facebook and Instagram. And please tell me, did you how what you experienced with your CS? I'm going to do another video on the recovery process of C-section and what I dread now, my C-section part. We don't talk about it a lot. Mothers don't really talk about it a lot, but I'm going to talk about it. We're going to talk about C-section part and how we're going to get over it. Thank you. Bye.